A claps.
What it do, cookies and cream?
Lord.
This your girl Keisha and Sheridan, and we are back with a brand new tea party video. Like I told you guys. Oh, say hi, Sheridan.
Hey, y'all.
Like I told you guys, we're going to be recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta every week. We're starting back all the way back to season 1. And child, I'm happy that we did, because it's a lot of stuff that went down in that first episode that was just so legendary. So legendary. And watching season 1, episode 1 makes me even more realize what has gone wrong with the franchise. But we'll get to that in a minute. All right, Sheridan, you ready to recap this episode, child?
I'm ready. My God.
Know she got an elephant mind. She remember half of this stuff. I didn't forgot a lot of this, so I had to take notes, but she took notes too. But let's start off. The episode starts off with us meeting the ladies, and the first lady that we meet is DeShawn Snow. What were your thoughts watching it back now 14 years later of DeShawn?
They're the same. Okay, so DeShawn had all the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the money. She had the life. If this was like the reality version of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, Black Atlanta edition.
Yeah.
And DeShawn, in terms of, she was giving me Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like what I think of those ladies.
Yeah.
The only thing she was lacking was personality. She had the money and the look. She's so pretty.
You know what? I don't think that she lacked personality. I think that she was trying to be somebody that she wasn't. Yes. And I say that with the whole, we're going to have a governess and a nanny and a maid and a chef. This bitch probably didn't even know how to spell governess, because look at her husband. When he came in there talking to the lady that was going to be running the house, and she was like, would you like liquor in your father's bedroom? And he was like, no, we're not doing it. I didn't even know people. Like, you could tell, like, she was putting on for the cameras. Like, this ain't no shit that they did before. He was looking at her like, girl, what?
I do not think she was putting on. I don't think she was putting on. I think they had just reached a level of success that was not natural to them. I think what DeShawn was doing was trying to get in her Hillary Banks bag, whereas Eric was low-key still hood. Like, you could tell clearly that they're not from the upper class, but DeShawn, like, now that we are here, I'm taking full advantage of everything. Yeah, because even if you look at her now, she's still she poo-poo.
Well, I mean, yeah, because she's been living that lifestyle now for years. But I'm talking about, I feel like with the governess and the nanny and this, that, and all of that stuff, I feel like she added that to their repertoire for the show. And it was something that they had probably never did before, because like I said, his reaction to me just seemed like, girl, what? Okay, you can have that. All right, I'll play along. But because she was sitting there giggling, laughing the whole time, and that white lady was sitting looking like, what the fuck is funny?
Yeah, I think it's more so because he just don't care. And you could tell in every aspect of their lives, he just did not care. But yeah.
You know what? All right. You didn't have to say that. Okay. It's early. We ain't even 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. What else about DeShawn? Like I said, the house was very opulent. It was very big and all of that. But like I said, it was more about their money and less about their relationship. And I think that's probably another reason why the audience didn't really gravitate towards her, because it was all about the glitz and the glam for her. And and like I said, it wasn't that to me that she didn't have a personality. I think is that she was focusing more on the money and stuff and didn't really allow us to get to know her and their marriage. And she came across to me had like one of those dry personality.
Yeah.
Where thinking she was speaking to everybody. Okay, did you get my clothes? Okay. Did you grab that? Okay. And it was just like, girl, talk. Like,
it was when
but
she was interviewing everybody and she'd be like, do you know anything about me and my husband?
No, bitch, I don't know you. Like, who the fuck are you? No.
But you know what it is too, though, low key. I hate to say this, but if I think, and not because from me and you, but from people, just thinking back to the first season's reaction, I think we wasn't used to seeing Black people act like that. Like, not with money, like that's fine, but she took Snooty to like a whole nother level, and I enjoyed it, but some people didn't.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot because that's what I expect from the Housewives. I've seen Black people that live that way. It wasn't even that for me. It was just like I said, the dryness, and she lacked personality where you could get to know her and relate to her. Like if we were able to like see their humble beginnings and she like, like we really struggled to get her or whatever their story was. If she would have included us in more on their actual life and just not focus so much on, like I said, the house and the cars and the designers and this and that, I think we probably would have gotten a season 2 from DeShawn. And I think
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it was her first season. I think I wish they would have gave her a second chance.
I do too.
This was new. They were the first Black housewives. It wasn't even originally supposed to be a housewife franchise when they, started filming. It was supposed to be in a whole nother show. So I wish they would have gave her the opportunity to come back and really, kind of like settle in.
I always like DeShawn, but what I'm gonna say, as far as you wish you would have shown more of their marriage, I'm not throwing shade. It really is finna sound shady, but I think they were worlds apart. So what we had was what was it.
Oh, friend. Okay, this is Sunday. You're really making me sad. God, Jesus Christ Almighty. Okay, next up.
Lord.
Next up, we have Kim Wiggy Zodiac, child. And I forgot how much. Now, I didn't forget, but re-seeing it, wow, what an entrance. Like, think about how legendary this episode was that we meet this white woman who looks like she's 95 and goes to the casino every day and smokes cigarettes and drink beers and grew up in a trailer park, but now then came into some money like some Beverly Hillbillies type shit. She got these 2 daughters, 2 different baby daddies, child. And then she wears these horrible wigs where it doesn't blend into her natural hair. It's just sitting on the back or the middle of her head. Like, and then we still have never seen this ever again in the Housewives franchise, where she's not married, she's not engaged, she doesn't have a boyfriend, but she's a mistress and proud of it and flaunts it. And it's like,
wait. She didn't flaunt. Okay, wait. So we didn't.
Well, yeah, but now, okay, yeah, backtrack because she didn't let us know who that Big Papa was married, but
he was right. We didn't know that in the beginning. But I will say this though: the wig sitting on top of her head, that was hilarious. But I think Kim was married. I wish they would have delved into her backstory a little more. In this episode, she did say it. Like she said, I got married young. So I think Brielle and what's the little girl name? I think they got the same dad. I think
no, they don't. They
don't. Okay. I thought it was her ex-husband. Okay. So she gets married young, fumbles that, and then is now with a rich. I don't, baby, Kim. This is way before I thought she was racist. So I really appreciated this side of Kim.
Meaning what?
Meaning, Well, I appreciated this out of Kim, meaning her just being like shopping and ooh, I want this, I'm gonna get this. Papa, I love you, buy this bag. Like I loved this Kim before we got to the meetings in the back room with Andy Kim.
Oh God, we'll get there, friend, because I know you listen.
I
We
love
got
this.
about 10 seasons to go. But Jesus Christ, when you bring up Kim's name, best to believe Miss Sheridan S. Davis is going to bring
Every
up that
time.
reunion
Every
every
time.
time. But it was just like iconic. It was so iconic to see this white woman in Atlanta going shopping, buying this, buying that, buys a SUV in the first episode. Thank you, Papa. Thank you. And it was just like, what is happening? It was jarring then, and it was jarring now to watch. I was sitting there like, what in the fuck am I looking at? It was just as surprising to me now as it was 14 fucking years ago. And I wish that we were able to meet another housewife like this, because this is what set Atlanta apart from, at this point, Jersey and New York. Or did Jersey come after Atlanta? No, Jersey came before Atlanta. So at this point, we had OC, Jersey, and New York. And this is what set them apart. This is what made them the number one franchise for however many seasons. And I wish we could get back to this Atlanta. Like, that's why I keep on stressing we need new women. We need new women. Their storylines have beyond past due. Like, there it's time for them to like switch over. But we'll talk more about that as the season goes. But what really stuck out to me was when she was in her confessional, she was like, I just feel like I'm a white woman trapped in a black woman's body. And I was like, oh God, you can tell this was 14 years ago, because that shit would not fly today.
No.
I was like, did she really say that?
Oh, I never forgot that. Remember, here's the thing about Kim. Kim has always said since episode 1, I don't see color. Yet Kim brings up race more than anybody on this show. She says she don't see color, but she keep on, I'm a white woman in a black woman's body. You the white version of me. I'm the black version of you. The whole time she's bringing up race, but she don't see color.
Girl. It was a mess. Girl, the fashions that was brought in, we'll talk about that in a minute. Whoa, have we elevated since then? When did Atlanta start? Hold up, let me Google it.
I feel like it was like 2009, because I think that was the year I went to college.
It was 14 years ago. Season 1, episode 1. Okay, October 7, 2008. Okay, was the first episode. And by the way, this episode synopsis: the custom-made mansion built for NBA wife DeShawn is revealed for the first time. Shereé celebrates her birthday and the start of a new chapter in her life by throwing a party at her estate, child. And this episode was titled Welcome One, Welcome Atlanta, child. Lord have mercy. But yeah, Kim was a lot. She was like in your face episode 1. And it was iconic. You got to give Kim that. Kim had an iconic opener debut. Absolutely. Yeah, she did that. Then we meet Miss Lanithia Monique Leaks. And from the moment we meet her, she's another one. She's just in your face. You gonna know her name by the end of this episode. You either gonna hate her or love her. Like, she knew what she was doing. She was ready for the camera. This was her moment, especially now, knowing years later that Nene had been trying to make it as an actress in Hollywood for years up until that point. Like, you could tell, like, she was going to make the most of this. This was her opportunity, her chance finally to be in the spotlight. And she was so skinny back then, so skinny. But what was really shocking to me is that, Nene was like, we stay in this gated community. My husband is an entrepreneur.
And you said it just like her.
But what really gets me is that This lady is sitting up here with 2 missing teeth on the side.
Oh God.
What is happening? Jesus. I didn't realize until watching it back all these years how fucked up Nene teeth was. Like why didn't
that?
she get them fixed before then? I don't understand.
Listen,
You don't understand neither.
I don't know. When I get my first big check, that's literally the first thing I'm doing. But hey.
But no, I'm saying like y'all got you bragging about where y'all stay, this, that, and the third. You able to go out here and buy designer clothes and da 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 da. But you never thought to get them 2 teeth filled. Like, what is going on? But I feel like
she was saving her money for the big teeth, the veneer.
You know what? All right.
She was saving up.
Girl, but I think this is another reason why we love Nene, because like I said, she was the underdog. Yeah. Like she had, a little taste of something, but you can tell her money wasn't like the other girls.
Yeah.
Especially looking at Shereé and then Kim and then DeShawn and even Lisa, her money was nowhere near on their level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you could tell by the way that Shereé treated her later on, the way Kim treated her and da 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 da. And so I feel like we were all rooting for Nene ever since, from the beginning with episode 1. She was funny. She knew how to, work the room, and she was just a force to be reckoned with episode 1. What else did you think about her?
Okay. I'm sure.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. And I thought I was the negative one. Jesus Christ.
I'm not being negative, I promise. I love Nene. So, okay, a quick fact. When this first aired, I did not watch. So everybody was talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm always late. Like when shows are popping, everybody like, oh, it's so good. I don't want to watch it. Season 2, when I went to school, I had no choice but to watch it. So I had to binge watch season 1, and I automatically fell in love with Nene. I had a girlfriend group. It was 3 of us. And because I'm very tall and low key, I had a haircut similar to Nene in season 2, but it was my actual hair. I was the Nene of the girlfriend group. Okay. So it was Nene, Lisa, and Shereé. So it was 3 of us, and I was the Nene because I was the solace. Okay, that's just a fun fact. So, okay, as I was watching, it is just amazing to see what she looks like today.
Ooh, versus you go there already. Oh God,
what she looked like then.
Oh Lord Jesus,
it's amazing. I mean,
wow.
Listen. I'm not mad at it.
Wow.
When I get money like on that level, I can't tell y'all what I'm.
I am mad at it because
you mad at today.
Nene's face?
Yeah,
absolutely 100%.
I'm not mad at her newest face. Now I have been mad at
not her newest face. The shade.
Yeah, her current. No, I like her current face. I do.
Okay.
It's some of the others in the middle that I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of. But I never thought, you can't think for people, but I never thought she needed work done like that. Like if she was gonna get her teeth done, fine. Hair upgrade, fine. But she wasn't wasn't ugly to me.
No. I feel like if she would have gotten the right plastic surgeon the first time she got her nose job, it probably would have went better, because you can tell whoever did her first nose job didn't know what the fuck they was doing and fucked her nose up.
Yeah, they was used to white people.
Yeah, and she kept on going back to get it fixed, and it made it worse every time. But I feel like even if she wouldn't have gotten her nose done, and then back then contouring wasn't really focused on in makeup unless you were really into makeup. Because I was sitting there later on in the episode watching Nene get her makeup done. I was like, damn, look how much makeup has elevated throughout the years because they didn't even use a base on her lids, child. Her makeup barely looked like she had on foundation when she was done. And it was just like, what is going on with this makeup, child? But back then she was living for it. She was living for that makeup. But I feel like Nene would have looked so great if she would have left her face alone. Like I said, if she would have gotten her teeth done, upgraded the makeup and hair, I felt like she would have been, perfect. Out of all the faces, I do agree that this one that she has now 14 years later is the, I can live with it the most out of all of the other ones because it seemed like it's settled more. Shit gotta coagulate. It take time to marinate. But I really miss old Nene. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. But okay, so what did you think about Brent and all the kids and Greg? So it was sad seeing Greg.
Greg,
rest in peace.
It was because I will tell you that my favorite couples of Real Housewives of Atlanta history are Nene and Greg and Lisa Wu and Ed. I love them. But anyway, at least while they was on the show, please.
Yeah, I'm used to see my face right now. I'm looking like
right while they were on the show, season 1. Let me be clear.
I never forgave them for that bathtub scene. And when we get to that episode, I'm closing my eyes. It pissed me off then, and it's gonna piss me off now. No.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it was so sad to see Greg, and it was also beautiful to see, I guess, them in their younger years, although it's only 14 years ago, but that's so in a grand scheme, it's a long time ago. So to see them then. Okay, also, does anybody notice the difference between Bryce and Brent? Like the way she handles them? I see it now, but like, okay, I know Brent was younger, but I feel like even in latter seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, she almost coddles him. Whereas Brent is like, do this, do that. I'm the queen. All right, I'm done. Like, it's real harsh with Bryson. And maybe it didn't really work because he's anyway, I see the difference between the two boys. So that was just interesting
because wasn't Brent was the oldest one, right? Or is it Bryce?
Bryce.
Okay, Bryce is the oldest one. And at that point, he was a teenager. So maybe they was treated differently because Brent was younger and it needs to be said his father was in the house. She was married to him. So of course it's going to be a different dynamic, even with that being said. But he was at a teenage age where you could tell she was constantly having to get on him for, oh God, it's so sad to say, his hygiene and keeping himself, his room and stuff clean, and him being hard-headed. Like you can tell like they were already having issues with him that we already see years later escalated throughout the years.
Absolutely.
So you can tell that she was at this stage where she was just like, Lord, what am I going to do with this boy? He won't fucking listen.
Yeah.
And that they were trying with him, but it just wasn't working. I don't know. And who knows if she did things for him and spoiled him a little bit more because of his father not being there, and that's probably could be why Brent acted the way he did or acted out. We don't know, but there was a noticeable difference with the way that she parented the two boys. And what also stuck out to me was when Greg gave Brent the $1,000 for his birthday, because I remember back then it was like, ooh, he gave him $1,000 check. And I love that he gave it to him as an investment on his first business for years later. I hope he ain't spend that money. I hope he still got to put up. I really do.
Yeah, unless he did invest in some property.
Yeah, true.
They did right by that money.
Yeah, but it made me love Greg. It really made me love Greg even more. I was like, oh, Greg.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa Wu, child. Lisa Wu, I'll let you begin, child, because Lord. Lord.
It's amazing to see how much Lisa Wu has changed. Her face has changed.
Especially after this season when her drunken outbursts, child.
Yeah, not just her face, her booty too. Because I zeroed in on it to see. Because okay, I can't remember what show that was. Something about, I think it's a show that Todd produced, Hollywood Divas, Hollywood something that
Yeah,
she
when
was
she was on
on.
there. Yeah.
And I remember the camera did like panned over her, and I was looking at her butt like, hold on, Lisa. Nobody talk about that girl botch booty. And but yeah, she's had a lot of work done. But I love Lisa. She was so hyper. I loved her and Ed together. They just at that time seemed like a great partnership. Like they worked 100 million jobs, workout fanatics. Like who got a bowling alley in their home?
Yeah, that was iconic back then. Yeah.
Yes, like it was amazing to see them hosting like the guys versus girl nights and
Yeah,
stuff
that
like
was
that.
fun. Yeah.
That is stuff that I actually, when I'm married, that's stuff that I want to do. So I looked at them at that time like the young hot couple, him taking care of her being a real estate agent. When she's what Marie from Bill Collective wants to be. Like all those meaning all those different streams of income. She had about a thousand jobs. Like she is, but it seemed to work for her. It all made sense. When Marie lists her list, I'd be like, huh? It's just a whole lot of. But I think Lisa just made sense. Like she was a whole lot very hyper, and I liked her season 1. What you think? You didn't like her?
She got on my fucking nerves. Oh my God. It was like watching a bunny hopping around every day. I was like, dude, this lady got ADD. Like, what is going on? She wanted to like calm her the fuck down. It was just too much. She talked fast. She moved fast. It was just like, calm the fuck down. Like, I just wanted to shake her. I did think back then that, you know, she had a nice marriage with this guy. Remember, she made the comment that she came out of a horrible marriage, and then we found out that her ex-husband was Keith Sweat, and everybody was like, oh God. And then, you know, we found out even more details that she didn't have her kids, and that's when, you know, her storyline became even more interesting, child. Did she even mention her kids?
I don't think she could.
Okay, well, she can mention them, but they just can't show them. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in later episodes.
Yeah, because I feel like it was some gag order type stuff going on back then.
Okay, yeah. Well, she had the newborn baby with Ed or whatever, and they had the really beautiful home, and like you said, all these jobs and everything. And like you said, with the bowling night, I want to see more authentic, footage like that instead of everything just being so contrived. And you know what I'm saying? Like just some real shit. And I feel like that with all of the Housewives franchises, it's like, okay, tonight we're gonna do this and be there and dress this way, instead of everything just being organic and authentic. I want that back. I feel like they need to go back instead of doing whatever the fuck they doing now with even all of the Housewives shows. I want them to go back to their roots. But yeah,
I don't think they can. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't think any reality show that's been on longer than a season can give you that, because they go from just being themselves to making TV.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, true. Yeah.
They ain't going back.
But even with that being said, I'm talking about even the filming style, how it wasn't like, okay, well, y'all gonna come over here, and when y'all come over here, I want you guys to sit down and talk about what happened last night. You can tell what they're saying. It literally was, we having people over. Because remember, this is what even the Carlos and a lot of the other producers have stated, that back in the day, the girls would tell them, okay, so this is what we're doing. We
Right.
have, such and such or whatever, and then the cameras would just come follow them. Whereas now they're telling them, okay, we're gonna meet at this restaurant, and y'all gonna sit down and y'all gonna talk about this. And you could tell in that scene, it was like, okay, we're having people over, y'all can come film. Because it was everybody was loose, fancy free. You could tell when nobody trying to put on for the cameras.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, Lisa was just too much for me, child. She made my head hurt. Like I just wanted to sit her down and give her some chamomile tea or something, like her to bed, give her some melatonin, something, child. Sit down.
Not melatonin.
Then we go to She by Shereé, honey. We meet Shereé Whitfield, Shereé Muscleman Whitfield. Shereé was very bougie, honey. She was very curt. Type A personality. There really wasn't a lot of warmth to her.
It was literally none.
Yeah, she was very quite bitchy. I'm that girl, you can't sit with me type chick. I didn't like the way she talked to the staff.
I'm so glad that I'm not the only one.
I was like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? Especially if you're the Holyfield daughter. I'm like, bitch, you know who my daddy is? Who the fuck you talking to?
Can I ask a question?
What? Go ahead.
You think Shereé paid her?
Hell no, she probably was an intern.
Because you only saw one season. I think she ain't paid that girl.
Hell no. What was she gonna pay her with, that ugly ass Louis Vuitton cake? I like looking back now, I know she like, why the fuck did I get this cake made in the shape of this ugly ass Louis Vuitton purse? That purse was ugly then, and it is ugly now, child. But it just took me back to that time because we always wearing them big ass purses. I will never forget, me and Losha and all of my friends was wearing them big ass bags. And of course, back then we wasn't affording no Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all that. So we would literally go to Baker's the shoe store.
I remember Baker.
Yes, and I had my Baker's card, honey, my Baker's little credit card or whatever it was, store card, and would go there and get these big ass purses and boots and shoes, and you couldn't tell me nothing, and would carry it on the crook of my arm like I was Paris Hilton.
Yes.
Just a ghetto ass messed up big ass bowling bag purses, child. But yeah, Shereé, she talks about, getting divorced, wanting this lump sum of money that we heard about for years. Whatever happened with that? Did she get the money or never? No, yeah, she never got nothing, right?
Yeah, if she got something, it wasn't. I know he was ordered to pay child support, and remember he wasn't paying.
Oh yeah, you sure right. But then it was also, I didn't even realize until I watched this episode that She by Shereé went that far back to episode 1, season 1. I thought that it was like at least like maybe 2 or 3 seasons in. No, bitch, it was the first episode.
Yes.
Like we literally been waiting on She by Shereé for 14 fucking years.
Yes.
Yeah,
girl. Season 1 was when they had the fashion show without fashions.
Okay, I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to wait till we get there. Okay. And I can't wait to see Dwight. I miss Dwight too.
I love Dwight.
Hold up. I'm going to say this too.
Okay.
I feel like, because we can go to this because it's on next on my list. We meet Miss Lawrence doing Shereé's hair. We didn't know it then, but we know it now that he was doing hair without a license on national TV. But that's another thing that's missing. And I didn't even realize it until I saw it. We were so used to seeing Miss Lawrence, Mr. J? What was his name?
Derek J.
Derek J. And in the beginning, Dwight. We're missing those guys. And I know that Miss Lawrence is, doing movies and acting and all that now. But what happened to Derek J? Like, we missed them because you got to think about how much of an impact that they made on the culture with being openly gay men that wore women's clothes. That was so taboo in 2008. You did not see that shit. You have to give them their props that they walked so Saucy Santana ass could run.
Absolutely.
Because they literally were so legendary and iconic, and I was like, I miss them being on the show. I miss this, the gay best friend, actual gay best friend. I know, using them as a prop, but actual gay best friend.
But that's why they're not there, because they have felt like they were props.
Okay.
Yeah, they talked about that before. They felt like they were props. And I think one of the biggest reasons why one of the biggest, I'm kind of down with y'all, was when Nene had that gaze and something.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that at all. Oh no, that was just
so that was like a big thing.
Yeah, that was a mess. That was a mess. But yeah, I was like, I miss Miss Lawrence and Derek J and the White. I miss that on the show. Oh my God.
Yeah, I have never experienced like I don't know what the proper term is, but men dressing in women's clothes until this show.
Yeah, I especially not black men. I can't.
Yeah.
If it
was on TV, okay, but
not on a reality show, because you got to remember, in 2008, reality shows was still something that was still fresh and new, because at that time in 2008, only franchises that we had at that time as far as reality shows was The Real World. Then I don't know if Survivor was on around that time, but it was like reality competition shows. We had the Osbournes or whatever. Like, we had little shows here and there that was sprouting up. Some of them would do well, some of them wouldn't. But the Housewives is what really set the reality show world into motion and made it acceptable to watch reality television. I remember when reality TV started, a lot of celebrities and stuff looked down on it. They thought it was trash. They didn't like it. And now look, 14 years later, 15, 20 years later, now you see all of these reality stars being former celebrities, former athletes. So yeah, but so it's the night of the Shereé's birthday party.
Ooh, can I say something? Shereé been having birthday parties on this show since season 1 episode. Shereé loves to celebrate herself, honey. She loves it.
And think about it. Think about it now. This is another thing that's missing from Atlanta. Name the last time we seen a birthday party on this show.
Probably 50 Cent.
And then how many seasons ago was that?
I don't even know.
They don't do stuff like this. And this is what I fought with the Atlanta girls, because they've said it out their own mouths. So we all know at this point, years later, that the events and stuff that they throw, they have to pay for themselves. The only thing that they don't pay for is the cash trip. So the Atlanta girls have even said that after however many years they spending all this money on these lavish events, that they were just like, we ain't doing that shit no more. You could tell that they feel that way with the way they dress on the show. They don't give a fuck. They don't really throw lavish events anymore. And I feel like that's what's missing from Atlanta. I can honestly say that Atlanta doesn't throw the big glamorous parties or anything anymore. You don't really see it with the OC cast anymore. And is there anyone else that doesn't really do it? It's pretty much just them, OC in Atlanta, off the top of my head. And I feel like that's what's missing, because we watched the Housewives, for me, to see these set of women live a lifestyle that
we can't afford.
That we can't afford, that we would love to achieve to have. And I feel like they've gotten lazy. This is why, another reason why I feel like it needs to be a new set of women. And I feel like they have gotten all that they can get out of this franchise. They've had, some of these women have been on here for the beginning or whatever, and they've gotten the money, they've gotten the accolades and all of these things. Turn the baton over to somebody else at this point. Like, how many more storylines with y'all can we have that's at this point? It feels contrived and it's just repetitive. But I want them to get back to old Atlanta, because like you said, I can't even remember the last time somebody had a birthday party event or something like that. Like, we need that back, because the way they hyped up Shereé party, everybody in town ready to go. Right. who gonna beat her and who ain't gonna beat her. Shereé with them goddamn Shirley Temple curls in her head. Remember, I can't remember. I was like, oh damn, Shereé used to wear her own real hair. Mm-hmm. Get into it. Like, it was just so refreshing to not see a wig.
Wait, but here's the thing about Atlanta. So a couple things. Number one, so I know that maybe a couple seasons ago, they had filmed like a big lavish party for Todd, and that was supposed to be the season opener, and they never aired it.
And they didn't air it. They did not air it because that was the episode. I mean, that was the thing where that whole situation went down with Portia that we never got to see and all of that stuff. So
I feel like it's not just the girls. Production, in order to keep the villains, and the victims, and the this to that,
because they protected Portia.
Yes, they always don't air things that make sense to the story.
Yeah,
and that bothers me because if they got a big party, why aren't y'all showing that?
Exactly.
Number two, when we see them at events, we all know that reality TV is a huge. It has gone from being real, what we see right now, to a big commercial. I'm tired of hearing about y'all products.
Yeah, they've learned the recipe.
Yes, and all they do is sell us stuff.
Yeah, and execute.
And I'm tired.
And a lot of these girls try to focus on starting shit with other girls that's stupid and petty, that don't make sense, that you wouldn't even be mad about in real life, right? Because they don't want you to focus on their actual real life, their marriages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I feel like with production, it needs to go back to being more spontaneous, where you can't be prepared. You don't know what the fuck is about to happen. You don't know what we're going to talk about. That's what I feel like it needs to change. The setup needs to change. But everybody's getting prepared for Shereé's party, honey. Shereé was looking for her outfit. She finally found her outfit, child. She has way too many people coming to her house, child, that she can't even afford for real no more. But okay, girl. Nene is at home getting.
Wait a minute. You can't just say that and keep going. I think she could, because at this point, remember, she had a boutique in Atlanta, like that was high end, but it didn't that's another thing about this show. Y'all, they are housewives, but y'all didn't show, besides Lisa, what do they do? That's kind of, but they did.
Well, Nene was, trying to be an actress, but I don't know if it was done on purpose for her not to talk about wanting to be an actress, because they didn't want people. They probably, from a production standpoint, I wouldn't want you to reveal to the world that you were trying to be an actress, because then people feel like you're acting on the show.
Okay, that makes sense. But Shereé being a boutique owner, because it is how are you still living in this big house and you're not with the NFL player anymore? Like, just little things like that. I feel that they could have let us know.
Yeah, and then even with the Shereé thing, maybe it was a thing where they felt like the audience would just naturally think that she was getting child support or something at this point, or whatever financial support still from her ex-husband while they're going through this divorce. So maybe it was coming from that aspect. I don't know, but Nene is getting her makeup done. She ready for her lips to be busting, her eyes to be popping, and she about to be like, wow. And everybody gonna be like, who is that? It's Nene. And I'm just like, girl. And the kids are sitting at the kitchen aisle looking like, what in the fuck is happening, child? What is going on? Nene is just so excited about her outfit, honey. That dress was everything, even now today.
Yeah,
it still is. Like, that dress could still be worn here today. Yes. She is ready to go. Let's get into Kim's outfit. What in the Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. Yeah, back then it was hot. Yeah. Now that shit looked like it was made with 2 pieces of fabric, and like, what in the fuck? It was glittery on top with the plaid skirt on the bottom and the matching heels. Back then it was fly as fuck, but now it looked cheap as hell. And then, like I said, that wig, child, I'm like, was that even real human hair? Was it synthetic?
No, it was synthetic.
Because it was so shiny. So
It was
shiny.
synthetic. Mm-hmm.
And it was just sitting back there on the back of that head. I'm like, girl, I was so happy when Derek J started doing her hair. But even when Derek J started doing her hair, it was still too fat and thick. And it was just like, oh Lord, but we'll get on that hair situation later on in the season. So Nene and Kim are an hour and a half late to the party because they wanted to make a grand entrance.
Yes.
Let me stop there before and go back to Lisa Wu. Lisa Wu at this point really sets herself apart from the women when getting dressed for this party because you can tell like she has that tomboy-esque quality about her because she just went and was like, I wear these jeans, put on this top, this little fur vest. Okay, good to go. Like she wasn't worried about getting her hair and makeup done. None of that shit. It was just like, okay, I'm going to this party. Come on, husband, let's go. Yeah. And I like that she wasn't trying so much to fit in aesthetically with these other ladies.
And she's still a fashionista.
Yeah, whereas now you're getting judged based off your outfits. If you ain't coming with it, people, making comments or whatever the case may be. So I really like that about Lisa in that aspect. So Nene and Kim arrive, child, and take it away, Sheridan.
Well, what did Kim say? My name's on the list. Nene's isn't. First of all, okay, so Kim has to pick up her dress from the gas station.
Oh yeah, and get dressed in the dress. See, this is what I'm talking about. Unexpected. Yes. You would never see this shit now.
And I am Nene. I'm that friend. Girl, I got you. I'm gonna hold up your I'm
make sure they laughing and everything. Yes. And this girl is getting dressed in a gas station parking lot out in the open.
Because I'm not going in the bathroom. It's nasty in there.
Exactly.
Go ahead and get dressed outside.
Exactly.
So they get to this party, and I'm in total agreement with Nene. Whoever is at the door now pay attention, because I didn't pay attention to this years ago. There's a guy who says, make sure you check the names. Like, make sure, okay, at what event do you go to where they like, make sure you see their name on there? Like, no, you just go up to the person with the list and say, hi, I'm Nene. Hi, I'm Sheridan. Whatever. So to me, that further lets me know now, although Shereé has now confirmed it, that this is done on purpose. Yo,
girl, when she finally confirmed it, she did that shit on purpose. I holler, but it made for great television. It set it up right then and there. It set up the premise of these women's relationships right there. It was genius. It was genius for her to do that.
Absolutely. Now, mind you, guys, they have shown us now. Nene and Shereé have been friends for years. They had their first falling out right before filming.
Yeah.
Out of all those years, they never had an argument, disagreement, nothing. They had their first falling out right before filming. I kind of want to know what it was about. But anyway, they had their first falling out right before filming. And Shereé nastily leaves her name off this guest list. Why would Shereé call her and invite her to this party?
To do that, to have that moment.
Right.
Exactly what she was doing. And it was iconic. It was iconic. Because just to see how hyped Nene was to go to this party.
Yes.
And you could tell like she felt like she was about to be a part of the A-list group of Atlanta and be accepted. And her and Shereé are back cool. And to get to that door and be embarrassed like that, and everybody was looking, and it was just like, oh.
Now, mind you, you see me with this camera crew, so you are fully aware that I'm a cast member.
Exactly.
Yeah, so she's not on the list, and Nene, I don't think she reacted as harshly as she could have. She was just like, get my car, and it was like, oh no, it's her staff going along with it for me. Oh no, let's see. It must have been an oversight. Please come in. What? Yo, Shereé is a savage.
And then when they went down there, the girl went down there to tell Shereé, and Shereé could care less. She was like, oh, what was you saying? Oh, I forgot. Okay, let me be serious right now. What was you saying? And then she was like, running over there to somebody else.
But this episode also made me see how much work Shereé's had. But anyway,
I mean, she was much
she looks
skinnier back
gorgeous.
then. Yeah, she was much skinnier back then, of course. I don't think that, no, I don't agree with that. I think that the only thing that Shereé has gotten done is her breast. I don't think that she's gotten nothing else done to her face unless she did like some injections to her face.
Yeah, it's giving injections. It's giving,
but
like,
I think her body is pretty much natural.
No, her body is hers, but I definitely think she got some fix it flat in her face. But anyway,
oh God. Oh Lord,
yeah.
like it. Martell like it.
Do he? Does he? Because he's telling other people that he don't. I'm confused. Anyway,
girl, I'm like, why did she get with that liar? But anywho, there's a whole nother.
Yeah.
So
Shereé is a savage. She's acting like she doesn't care. And so when Nene says it's best that I go, I'm not gonna have for security pull me to the MF side. This not gonna happen. Give me my car. So Shereé was like, what she say? It's best if they leave. Then what we talking about it for? Let's party.
Girl,
she's a savage.
Let's backtrack because I remember laughing then and I laugh now.
The
when
singing?
That man, yes, was singing to Shereé and she
I know my friend
tended to cry. I hollered because I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
Here's the thing. Shereé loves being serenaded and she loves for people to customize music, poems, artwork for her. This is a consistent thing throughout 14 years. We have seen it for 14 years. Shereé, don't nobody love Shereé like Shereé.
Girl, tell me about it. That woman is obsessed with herself.
Obsessed.
And at the end of the episode, Nene said something so legendary. She was like, her gates don't even work.
Yeah, you acting like this party all exclusive. Yo, I've been over here a million times. Your gates don't even work.
Girl, I hollered and the episode went off. You can't tell me that is not one of the best series premiere episodes ever. Sure. They laid the groundwork for Atlanta right then and there. And that's why it was the hit that it was. I really feel like Atlanta can still come back. But like I said, they're going to have to do some reorganizing over there. Like, I feel like they need to just start all over. It's been 14 years. But to go back and see episode 1, season 1, it brought up so many memories where I was at, what was going on in my life at that time. And it was great to go back. I can't wait for episode 2 next week. You guys, Sheridan Aston already watched all
of it, like
5 or 6. No, I'm telling them because she don't listen. She don't listen. She get on my nerves. So now I'm gonna be watching it all by my damn self. But y'all got y'all to watch with me. So make sure y'all watch every episode every week and tune in every Thursday for our recaps of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1. Let me know what y'all thought about episode 1 from season 1 down below in the comment section. What were your thoughts on all the ladies and what happened? Let's talk down below. Of course, me and Sheridan will be reading the comments, you guys. Make sure you all tune in weekly with us. This is going to be so much fun. We love you and we thank you all for listening to this episode review. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. And we love you guys, and we will see you next week on the next video. Say bye, Sheridan.
Bye.